Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Duster Bus. My name's Marcos, and just a quick recap for those who are tuning in for the first time. This channel is really about amateur and me rebuilding this 1974 Plymouth Duster, or rebuilding slash trying to build something cool out of it. So not exactly a full restoration, just trying to make a cool cruiser. So pretty big day today. Wanted to take you through. We are going to try to pull out the whole front end assembly, the whole front suspension and torsion bars. So I took an attempt at the torsion bars already, and it is quite the bear to get out. So in order to get these out, get up under here. So they basically, if you can see here, they inserts this rod here, inserts through here, and then is basically sitting in that little pocket. So it shouldn't be bolted in or anything in there. It's just sitting in that pocket. And you know, we won't go into all the details on what it does for you, but it's basically part of the front suspension to keep the tension as you're driving, to keep it nice and tight. So a couple things to do. This bolt, basically I already loosened it up, but this helps keep the tension, and so you want to measure the position of where that is, so when you put it back together you can get it to the same spot. So I went ahead and measured that, loosened that up. You do see the bar twisting a little bit, and I was hoping I could just scoot it back through. They do make some tools for doing it where you basically clamp something on and then you beat it out that way. I tried clamping a few things on, was not successful. Looking online, it looks like this is quite a tough job. So I'm going to change approach a little bit, since I wanted to pull the whole front end assembly anyways. And what we're going to attempt to do is we are going to go ahead and drop the assembly, and then hopefully it'll disconnect from the torsion bar. So things that we need to do: we need to take off this little plastic little cover. We need to take off this center support here, and then the upper control arm, the upper the shock here, and then this should kind of flip down out of the way. All the lower is really just these two big ol' bolts on each side. So we're gonna have to do all of that on both sides, and we'll grab it with a jack to keep the height right. And then I'm hoping by either bumping the whole assembly in, we might be able to loosen up at the where the torsion bar is inserted there. There is a little retaining ring. This one still has it on there, so we'll have to pull that off and just try to clean that up a little bit. Hopefully that'll help it come through. I already did that on the other side, but just want to make sure I noted that. And so as long as we can get this up in place with the jack, I'm hoping that we can, either by bumping it forward or bumping it backwards, we can both get these torsion bars loosened up and then be able to drop this whole assembly out. So that is the plan. I'm gonna set it up on a little time lapse here, and then at the end we'll come back and see see how it goes. So that's the plan. Let's see if it works.
All right, so I got everything disconnected. All of the weight is now on the jack, but I want to be very careful to keep this height the same because I definitely don't want to start to bend the torsion bars, or put them where they may spring back, and that could be a dangerous situation. So keeping everything up on the jack, I tried tapping it in to see if I could maybe start to get them through the back where they need to come out long term. Anyways, didn't get anywhere, so now I'm starting to tap outward towards the front of the car, and I did already see a little bit of progress. Up here I can see where I exposed a little bit of the torsion bar, so I'm gonna keep going at that. I'm gonna keep everything up and wait on the jack. I think I have it fairly centered. Hopefully I got the center balance pretty decent on this. So now I'm gonna keep it there, and I'm gonna try to slowly hammer it out, and hopefully these come off without incident. So let's see how it goes. So we got the front suspension off of the car. Torsion bars are still on. I had to do a little more hammering than I would have liked. I tried to use a block just to not mar up the surface too bad, but I ended up hammering it a lot more than I would like. But it's I'm hammering a pretty big chunk of steel here, and if I end up marring it up a little bit, I'm not too terribly worried about it. So let me give you a quick peek at, you can see a little bit here where I was hammering on it, but I'm really not too concerned about that. That is within my threshold of acceptable for this project. So this is all going to go downstairs, and we're going to work on that later. In the meantime, we want to go ahead and try to finish pulling these torsion bars off. I got my buddy Big Sammy here with his hammer. And I'm going to start with putting a shot of PVW on the back side, and we'll start tapping on it. So now that we have it out of here, we can hit directly in the line of motion that we want. That actually went pretty easily. So. Definitely, and I'm just using a mallet here instead of a steel hammer. So PVW is good, but also I think the main thing is when you're trying to hit it on the side, you're trying to hit other surfaces to drive something, as opposed to being able to directly hit in the motion direction that you want something to move. And here we just have a big metal rod, so hitting it on one side, very good transfer of energy. So it's really just a bunch of grit in here that's kind of binding it up, but we're almost out. All right, success. It is out.
It is out.
All right, there we go. Now hey, are you talking?
Yeah.
Who's talking?
Me.
Tell me about this torsion bar.
What is it?
BCX892R. Huh, let's see, they might be sided. I was gonna say I doubt they're sided, but maybe they are.
Yeah,
now,
they are.
I don't plan on replacing these. I think this will be just fine. Obviously needs a little bit of cleanup. All right. All
yes.
Right, Chief. Needs a little bit of cleanup, but it's a big steel bar. I think it'll be fine. No point in spending money on stuff we don't have to. All right, so this time I went ahead and removed as much dirt as I could from before the I don't know what to call it, the bushing or basically the block that we're going through on the other side. I removed as much contamination as I could before. Hopefully we get a little less binding as we're going through this time. I don't move as fast as you do, Sammy.
Yeah.
Well, popped right through though. The first part. All right. Oh, wow. Got lucky. That one came right out. All right, so I got the other side here cleaned up, and they do have different numbers, but not. I was kind of expecting this. So the first one we pulled off, which was the passenger side, has a BCX892R, and the driver's side has a UCE890R. I was thinking it was just going to be like an 892R and an 892L, but no, it is a totally different number. I don't know enough about them to say why. Well, we got it out, so that's what we wanted to do today. Goal accomplished. Be a while before it's finished on the front suspension, but for now that's what we wanted. So. Thanks. Hopefully you find this helpful. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and stay with me as I work on this and try to build something awesome out of it. And leave me a comment. I like comments. Likes are helpful as well. And that's it for now. So take care, folks.